Well, it's the second day of fall, so I thought I should get going and look for a winter project. And I picked up this 1956 International S120 four-wheel drive. What I'm going to be doing with it is putting it on a Tahoe chassis, or that's the plan right now. Just got it home and cleaned it up. It had about I took it to the dump, about 200 pounds of pine needles and crap in the back, and I thought for sure the floor would be rusted out in the bed. But it's good, it's nice and solid. I've got a little tear there on the other side, is where the spare tire is mounted. I'll have to do a little bit of welding there. And I've got a cab corner that's rusted out, but that's so far is the only rust I've found on this truck. It's really nice and solid. Inside here, I don't know how many 100 pounds junk was in there. The transfer case was sitting there and leaked oil, so I'm going to clean that up, pressure wash the whole thing yet. I've got another panel that will plug that hole there, and as you can see, the transmission is gone and the engine's gone, and the frame is being cut, and that's why I'm looking at doing a frame swap on here rather than trying to restore this one. The frame, there's a couple of cross members that's being cut on it, so it's not the best candidate for a real restoration. But besides that, everything is fairly complete except for glass, and I found out that I can get a new windshield for them. They're not even that expensive, about $275, and I can get glass cut for everything else. So I'm going to put new glass in there, new seals, all that type of stuff. I actually did a little bit of work on it already. This front fender had quite a nasty dent in it. And I apologize, my printer is running out of a certain type of ink here. But you can see it had a big crease up front there, and then the back part of the fender, this part here was all that pink primer. Didn't fit in at all with the rest of the truck with the patina. I'm hoping to keep the patina on here. So anyway, I pulled the headlight bucket out and got in there and did some pounding and got it not bad. The reason I did that first thing is because I had an opportunity to buy a complete front clip, same year and everything like that, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to save this one first, and it matches better, of course, being original to the truck here. So I pounded that out. I'm happy with that. It's reasonably straight. I might do a little bit more work. It's still bulging out a little bit there, but that might serve me well with tire clearance. Back part here, that red primer, I sanded it all down. There was a little bit of Bondo underneath it. Someone had attempted to do some body work and fill some dents. So what I did is I tried to match it up with some of the other patina on the truck. And I'm hoping that once I get this thing cleaned up a little bit more, and I'm going to put some type of a sealer, like a patina sauce on here, I think this will match up a little bit better. I'm going to do the same on the front part of the fender here. As you can see, there is some body work underneath there as well. I'll sand that down. I use multiple spray cans here to try to get this effect, and then also too, I used hydrogen peroxide and vinegar and salt to speed up the rusting on the bare metal. And I don't know, it's not perfect, but if I don't like it, I can sand it down again and try something a little bit different. But so far I think it doesn't look too bad. Around back here, end gate isn't too bad on it. And this side, sorry, it's tight up against that boat there, so you can't see a whole lot. Rear fender needs a little bit of work. It's got some tears in it. Hoping I can pound that back, do a little bit of welding on it. Front part of this fender too has got a fairly good dent in it. So I'll see if I can straighten that. As you can tell, as a running board, I've seen better days. It will need some straightening. And down here, a few little dings and dents, but overall not too bad. I'm missing the trim rings for on the headlights, but I found out that a 49 Ford car, those headlight rings will fit. So I'll get some of those. I already ordered and received a cab corner. It's not from an International. They don't remanufacture those. But from my reading, I found that a 50 Chevy pickup truck, the cab corner will work for that. Or at least you can modify it to make it work. So I'll cut that off. And there too, I'll have to do a little bit of fake patina to try to blend this in here and make it look like the rest. So I think once it's done, all this will blend in fairly good and won't be that noticeable. So anyway, next job is to give it a good wash, clean it all up. Gonna go over with a little bit of Comet and stuff, just clean up some of that patina that's on there, see what that looks like. And yeah, maybe I'll show you what it looks like after that. Well, I got the truck washed and went over it with a green Scotch-Brite pad and some Comet, at least on this side. I just wanted to see if it kind of evened out the patina a little bit. And I think it did to some degree. You can see the brighten up the old paint back there, whatever is left of it, a little bit. And I think even my Blenton area is not quite as bad. Maybe it is, I don't know. We'll see about that. Still have to fix that little bit of primer up front there. Bad news though is inside the bed here, there is some rust. You can see where it's all scaly there, and there is some pinholes where it's rusted through. I didn't look that much right in the middle. Usually it's at the edges where it rusts, and the edges are all nice, but I guess that's where the water collected. And like I say, there's a pile of pine needles in there, and I'm not surprised that it did rust. Inside here, this is cleaned up a little bit better. You can see it's still wet in places, but all nice and solid. So that should be not too bad. And yeah, I'll start taking the body off this thing. And I've got a 2003 GMC Yukon. I've got the frame for that. Actually, a friend of mine, we bought it together. He needed a bunch of body parts off of it. I'm taking the frame. We got it for $500, so we'll see. It may not be good, but if it isn't, I'll just use it to mock up this truck on there and make sure it works and then get something better. But if I can salvage it, great. So anyway, if you want to see more, please like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And I'll try to get some new episodes out soon.